It is a tradition to recognize the top 2 ranked students in each graduating class. It is my honor to introduce our salutatorian, Shashank Iswara. Shashank finished second in his class at FMHS with an impressive weighted GPA of 115.2457 out of a possible 120 points. He will attend the University of Texas in Austin and plans to major in computer science and mathematics. Please help me welcome Shashank Iswara.
Good evening, my fellow Flower Moundians. I'm really hoping that phrase catches on. And also that last sentence was brought to you by Sean Rahman, a fellow graduate and a good friend. Before I get going, I feel that I must confess that in keeping with most of my other high school writing, I stress wrote this speech with the invaluable help from yet another John Green video. It's called Deserving. It's pretty great. He essentially says everything I will hear, except far, far more eloquently. That being said, if there's any blame with regards to this speech, please direct it to him, and I, of course, will humbly accept all the claim. But I digress. As I stand here before you today, I can't help but feel incredibly unqualified to be giving this speech. For one thing, every English teacher I've ever had will attest that I was not the best essay writer in the class, and frankly, that's sugarcoating it. So it stands to reason that my speech writing skills are lacking as well. On top of that, I'm not even sure if I deserve to be a salutatorian at all. I was not the most hardworking student, and I certainly was not the smartest person in any of my classes. All this is to say that I can't attribute any of my academic successes to myself alone. Really, I just got lucky. I was lucky that I got all the right teachers. I was lucky that I enjoyed all my classes. I was lucky that my parents forced me to attend Kumon in elementary school. And I was lucky that I never had to switch schools. And finally, I was very lucky that if I ever needed help on an assignment, needed clarification on some physics derivation, or just needed help in choosing which classes to take, a fellow Flower Mound High School valedictorian was just a phone call away in the form of my elder brother. In fact, as I was writing this speech, I was constantly looking through his old speech from 2017. Anyways, what I mean to say is that I didn't become a salutatorian because I was a better student or because I worked harder than others. That's not how the world works. We live in a probabilistic world filled with chance and uncontrollable factors that nonetheless have disproportionate impacts on our lives. Furthermore, I think the mindset that we wholly deserve the good things that happen to us is dangerous, because one day, freak events like a global pandemic will come along that may interrupt our success in some way, and if we labor under the delusion that we fully deserve the bad, if we labor under the delusion that we fully deserve the good, then we must believe that we deserve the bad as well, which of course is ludicrous. No one deserves to get sick, no one deserves to get in an accident, and no one deserves to have their lives interrupted by a pandemic, but these things happen. At this point, you might be wondering what to do with this information. One reaction is simply to stop working hard and putting in effort, because everything seems to be based on luck, right? Well, this might be a great way to live, but unfortunately, it's obviously wrong, and it is not what I'm advocating for. Just because luck is involved does not mean hard work and perseverance are not important. All I am saying is that these are not the only factors that contribute to our success. I mention this today because many of us have benefited greatly from the things we can't control, even if it didn't always feel like it at the time. We are privileged to have attended a great school filled with excellent teachers, administrators, coaches, directors, and staff. We must recognize that all these individuals, and so many more, have and will contribute to our successes in life. And we must also recognize that not all people have enjoyed the same privilege. In the face of this inequality, I feel like the only thing we can do is use whatever benefits we have enjoyed in life to create a world where more people can live healthy and productive lives, whatever this means to you. The future doctors among us may research life-saving medical cures, and the future lawyers may act as public defenders for those who can't afford representation. Your impact may be as grand as implementing new policy decisions, or as seemingly mundane as being nice to some stranger in your life. Regardless, each has a profound impact, and I hope that as we go through life, we will all find our own ways to contribute to our communities. Lastly, I also want to thank my parents and my brothers and my cousin, Anil Bulasu, for coming here tonight. I love all you guys, even though I don't say very much. And finally, I would like to thank my fellow students, the graduating class of 2021, for being with me all these years. We have made so many great memories together, even though I will probably not see most of you ever again. I know that you will all become successful in life. Thank you. Thank you, my fellow Flower Moundians.